So how does it feel to be back here on campus?
At home and wonderful, and I'm just looking outside the library and I could feel the same that I used to feel when I was studying here. So amazing. So the story starts with ENY, and ENY started with this university, this place. I had one mentor and a very dear friend who became my family in Germany. But one night I got a call that changed everything. He called me and told me that he was diagnosed with cancer. And when I saw his family and a sense of helplessness and hopelessness, there were three questions in my mind in hindsight. The first thing was, he said, well, the chef arts, the main doctor says we have to do X, Y, and Z. I said, well, why do you believe everything the chef arts says? He says, well, he's a chef arts. I said, he just studied medicine. He is not Einstein. The underlying ethos was, are there alternatives to what the doctor says is the right therapy? Where can one get access to these therapies in Europe? And who are the real experts for his kind of disease to get a second opinion from? And I realized answers to these questions are not just profound for somebody who has no clue of healthcare, but also for healthcare practitioners, because healthcare is data rich. It's all about data, and the data is exploding. There is a study that says medical knowledge is doubling itself every 73 days, and there is no way that all of this data could be sifted through and used to do analytics to provide answers to some of the questions I had in my mind. That was the start of Innoplexis. From 2011 till end of 2015, it was the Tüfteln side. It was the experimentation time, wherein we tried various approaches of building an auto-scaling research graph, crawling, automating everything. And that was also the time when I really put my accelerator on my PhD that I was doing at European Business School. And I thought, well, after ENY and BCG, if this thing doesn't fail, I would say I just took a break for my PhD, but both the things worked. So when we filed our first 10 patents, we formed the Innoplexis AG with its seat in Stuttgart, which was later moved to Frankfurt. And since then, it has been growing. I don't know whether it's my formula, but the formula in hindsight that seems to be working is a mix of German and Indian attitude. Three things. First is hard work. There is no shortcut to hard work. Number two, perseverance. Against all odds, people try to pull you down. You have to have faith in what you want to do. And the last thing is honesty. You have to have honesty of purpose to yourself and to others. And if you have these three, I think God smiles. I think this place was the best place. Actually, this library was the place where I used to sit, read a lot of crazy stuff, and look outside and think about crazy ideas. The experience was phenomenal. I think apart from the regimental studies, you go to courses, write exams, and get grades, which I was not interested in. It was more of a learning experience. The kind of cases were real-world cases. It was not something, from the 18th century that was being taught. So there were real companies coming in. There were a lot of industry partners. And I think that really made a huge difference. So there were industry visits. There were people coming in from industry, somebody from Daimler, somebody from an Indian IT company coming in, taking lectures. And that made me see, wow, the real world looks like this.